You guys ready for something weird? Because hold on to your butts, you guys are in for a trip. This is Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, and this is Tales Firaga, here to be an obnoxious idiot over it. Good old times. Right, so let's get this game started already, and hopefully I have the right memory card in. Yes I do, I have the one that has my practice save, nice. So, this is a platformer by Sega, because Sega needed a mascot platformer, like all companies do. It's got a story mode, it's got a battle mode, it's got an options mode. I can turn the rumble feeder off, but I want it on. And sound? Oh, you know we've got to have that surround sound. Actually, you know what? Stereo is gonna sound better on YouTube, so... whatever. Let's start story mode, shall we? Oh, man. This is one of those really weird games. So yeah, the first thing you'll note about the game's story is that it makes no bloody sense at all. But if that, you know, whole cerebral full motion video didn't explain enough to you, oh man, how do I even describe the plot of Billy Hatcher? How do I even describe this game? It's about eggs. So here we are, we're Billy. This is a typical platformer, we can move around, we can jump. There's fruits and a big old egg there. That's not the giant egg. Analog stick controls your movement, C stick controls the camera, and L swings it behind you, which is very nice. Oh yeah, and the Sky God is talking to us. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name like Menifumi. God of the chickens, I watch over Morningland of the world of chickens. So, this is a game about chickens. Morningland has been taken over by the crows and has not seen the light of day since. If we let the darkness spread, not only Morningland, but your world will never again see the light of day. But we need sunlight for, like, crops and stuff. When you save that chick from being captured by the crows, I sense a deep courage welling from within you. Oh, so that's why the chick glowed and teleported us to whatever place this is. Okay, so now this game's plot is becoming super clear. Also, we gotta get the chicken suit and use its powers. You are following the game's plot, right? You can also talk to these NPCs as well. So it's Oma the chick. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So one of the weird things about this control scheme in text boxes is you press B to advance the text, but in order to speed up the text, you have to press A. It's kind of weird, but you can't press A to advance the text further, which is kind of what makes it weirder. Actually, before we go get that glowing egg thing, do you have any information about this? Want to grind up people's hearts. Okay. Alright, so you don't know nothing about this gigantic shining egg here. Well, maybe it's a normal occurrence. I wouldn't doubt it. So we go over to this egg and... Legendary Chicken Suit will give you the power over all eggs. If you raise an egg animal, or sometimes even item may hatch out of it. Okay, so, now I've got a chicken suit. Now we can manipulate eggs. And there's that guy, whoever he is. He's probably going to come into play at the end of the game or something like that. He looks like a boss character. He looks kind of intimidating. So the way this game works is you run over things with your eggs. The game's control scheme is actually based around rolling around eggs. You're basically vulnerable without eggs. And I don't want that egg anymore, because that egg is actually useless, and for some reason the frame rate got really choppy there. Don't know about that. This is a GameCube game, you're not supposed to have frame rate problems. The GameCube was like super advanced. Pretty sure it had blast processing, that's why Sega games were allowed to be made on it. So you're basically useless without eggs. So in order to get through there, we probably need to find a switch, which we have to use eggs on. And the switch is actually over here. Not as catchy as the Zelda puzzle solving theme, but oh well, whatever works. Also, I got this bad taste in my mouth from going to a dental visit. So we go over here and kabam! So basically, you are completely useless if you don't have eggs. But when you do have eggs, you're allowed to do all kinds of cool things, such as pick up coins and hatch eggs. Now to hatch eggs, you have to hold R and release it. But generally, you can just tap R and it goes by faster. So now I've got Cypher. Not a strange name for a rhino at all. It's a flying rhinoceros. What more can... You can't really complain about it. Grab this thing and just go on our merry adventure. So you use X to use the powers of major egg animals. Now there's actually two different types of animals you can get from eggs. Major ones and minor ones. Minor ones are generally less important. They don't have as good of an effect, but they're generally for support, whether major egg animals are more used for attacking. Minor egg animals can give you abilities such as increasing your speed or healing you slightly. While holding an egg and press the A button while you're still in the air. Alright, so it's going to introduce us to more egg techniques as well. So you have egg bounces, and if you hold down the button, you just smash everything. It's great. Now I'm really sorry if this first level starts to drag on a little bit and stuff, but I do kind of want to explore the gameplay basics of Billy Hatcher and the giant egg. Such complex gameplay needs to be delved into in depth. Now you have other abilities as well. For instance, by pressing B, you are able to shoot an egg forward, and as long as it has room to get back to you, you get it back. Which makes sense. Also, I want to get this chicken challenge coin. Nope. Did not get the chicken challenge coin. I'm pretty sure that's not what they're called, but I'm just gonna call them chicken challenge coin. Cause, why the hell not? So now with this thing hatched, we can actually use it and get a tiger. I'm pretty sure the tiger, what it does is damages all enemies? Yes! But it also destroys eggs. Now if an egg is destroyed, it will hatch from a spot a short while later, which is good. Now, I haven't actually covered one of the biggest and weirdest things about this game, And that is the fact that whenever you roll over food, it increases the egg's hatching gauge, I guess. But more specifically, every egg type has certain food that it likes and doesn't like. Which basically means that you need to get food that's advantageous to the egg you have. Now over here is a golden egg and a cat thing. You defeat the crows guarding the cage will open. So this thing is a mini-boss, and mini-bosses are made out of a large number of crows. Now, mini-bosses appear as minor enemies later on, and generally they're not too hard. They will also always drop 2 big fruits, rather than just 2 small fruits. So, it's a pretty good idea to kill them. The eggs that sealed the elder was sealed within, alright. To break the seal, you must hatch the egg. Alright. So now with the golden egg, we are introduced to the last gimmick of nighttime stages. And this is a night stage specific gimmick. If the egg breaks, you will lose a life. Golden eggs are the only eggs that are so important that you cannot afford to let them break. Because if you break, then presumably the chicken elder inside is very much dead. Can I get that coin? I really just wanna... Yeah! Awesome! Alright, got 3 coins. I have no idea how many coins there are per stage and what they do, but I have 3 coins. Oh man, you guys should be jealous. I'm gonna post my Billy Hatcher gamer score to Xbox Live Arcade. Actually, you know what I would really love to see? An HD remake of this game. Alright, so we just gotta get some more fruits. Actually, I think these melons may, help. If I can get the melons. No, we're just gonna do another loop around for, apples, I guess. Apples right here. Come on, how much food do you take? I don't actually know if the chicken elder eggs have favorite foods or not. They seem to just take a long ass while to get to full size. But once you hatch them... Man, that transition just had so much effect on me as a kid. Also, he's facing the wall. Hi, would you like to not face the wall and just talk to me? Alright, so he is Oma Oma, one of the chicken elders who calls the morning and runs Forest Village. So the crows are presumably turning the elders into golden eggs in order to prevent them from bringing morning back. Also, we're introduced to Power Stars. These are basically Power Stars. Well, actually this is a Super Mario Sunshine-like game, so these are basically Shine Sprites, except red and chickenified. Also, they just kind of move a boot. Don't know what that's about. Let's heal ourselves. Give ourselves a perfect health rating. And now, we can see how abysmal my score is! Okay, Sega, tell me how bad I did. C! Better than I was expecting. Okay. So I'm gonna have to look up what all these various things are in this game's scoring system. But for now, let's save our data as is. And we're sent back to the world map. The world map will show you all the various locations of Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. There are 7 worlds in total. So we're still on the first world, Forest Village. Now each world also has 8 missions, 5 of which are done with Billy and 3 of which are done with unlockable characters. So we won't get into them quite yet. Also, it appears that there are 5 coins per mission, so I missed 2. Great. I have no idea what collecting all the coins does, if it gets you more courage emblems, or if it just doesn't do anything. I don't know. Likewise, I'm probably not going to shoot for 100%, I just want kind of a casual playthrough and to show off this game, because it's kind of weird. Defeat Era Gecko. Okay, so now we're going to be introduced to daytime stages. But first, our Sky God must talk to us. The Elder has been rescued and morning has returned, but it is yet too early to put your guard down. Okay, so the crows have sent bosses to defeat us. So we gotta get to the Dark Gate at the end of the level and fight Era Gecko. Alright. So, daytime stages. They're basically like nighttime stages, except when you die for realsies. Not because you managed to get your egg killed or anything, it's probably because you just fell into a bottomless pit. Man, look at this action. Look at this action. Oh man. I seriously, and you know what? You guys are probably just gonna say, oh god, what was wrong with you? But this was my favorite game as a kid. I just loved it. Like, it was just happy-go-lucky enough. Like, there's some dark stuff later on, but this is a kid's game. It's happy and smiley, and I love it. I love it so much. Which means it's probably aged really poorly. And this control scheme is already giving me some issues, as it's a bit more clunky than I remembered it. Egg? You gonna come back? Did I completely lost my egg? Shit. Oh, all because I wanted to get that coin. As you see there, the mini-boss actually only had 1 health this time. Another thing you also want to note is the fact that the bigger the egg is, the more damage it does with its hits. Now this is more apparent in the large boss type enemies, as mini enemies like these guys only actually have 1 point of health, meaning that anything you do is going to kill them. They are basically Goombas, except shaped like cats. Some are shaped like ants, some are shaped like snakeheads. But they're all generally awful. And that's what should scare you the most. Also, these enemies are supposed to be crows, so why aren't they, I don't know, manifesting themselves as crow-looking things? The only thing we've actually seen here is Mr. McPlot development in the first part of the game. He's the only guy that actually resembles a crow, so oh jeez. No. Another thing to note is that eggs will also take damage. If an egg takes too much damage, it will presumably break. Thus you can't get any bonuses. Also, if an egg gets broken enough, you still don't get any bonuses. So you gotta make sure that you have just enough health to get a bonus. But that's not important, because we have a penguin with a scarf. That's adorable. Alright, looks like you cannot get to that switch until you put the flames out surrounding it. Okay, except I got to the switch. Can I? Nope, apparently I'm just going to get my butt kicked. Now, I don't know what these required secondary powers for each of the egg animals is. Like, it says that Clippin, oh, he has the power of life. But he doesn't do anything to increase your life, does he? I'm gonna take this because this hatches butterflies, and butterflies can heal. That's another thing, you can actually kind of quickly learn what each type of egg has in it. Sometimes the color schemes of eggs are remarkably similar, however, which means that you don't necessarily— oh, bloody hell, it's actually, reappeared. The fire, I mean, not the switch or the enemies, because I didn't kill the enemies. Of course I didn't kill the enemies. I'm dumb as shit, what do you expect? Yeah, let's just get some health. Heal me! Thank you. Egg. Now I need an egg. You probably should have actually... Oh, hey! Eggs on demand. Bulls on parade. Okay, come on. And... Oop, more tricky platforming here. Gotta have the hardcore game that is Billy Hatcher. Ah, it's really throwing me off though, that B advances the text, but A causes it to move faster. I don't know of any other game that does something like that. Most games enable you to use both. Also, are you guys ready to be underwhelmed by our first boss? Because he's actually pretty easy. This is Aragekko. He looks like a rabbit. Rabbit lizard. So Aragekko here is, kinda unique. He hides in the grass, like a snake, and waits for you. You gotta deal as much damage as you can. One of the best ways to do this is by rotating the stick around him. That means that you will repeatedly hit him with your egg, and deal a lot of damage very quickly. However, he is immune as long as he is not small. When he's big like that, you can't get him with your attacks unless he's knocked over. So as you can see, our egg attacks are doing a little bit more damage. Generally, I like to stay on the outside here until he starts to water the grass again. He basically just spits up all over the grass and it waters itself like that, which gives him more grass to hide around in. Now, I guess the grass was supposed to give him some kind of camouflaging ability and stuff. Doesn't make the boss much harder. This is still a really easy boss fight. So there he is, and there he was. And he explodes into a bunch of crows. I love this game, but I'm never going to understand it. So now with Aragekko defeated, we can get our next, Gurge emblem, if we can actually get it. Thank you.
Good morning.
Look at that dumb, goofy smile. This game is just so goddamn happy, I love it. Rank B, wow. Doing much better than the practice run I had months ago. Oh man. Also, anytime you beat a boss, you get this little pyramid scene. But we don't know what it does. Yet. Ooh. And so we gotta talk to the Elder. Time's still counting up for some reason, too. Well done, Billy. You've saved Forest Village. I can't thank you enough. So we've still gotta rescue 5 more Elders. Save them. To the east of there is an island called Pirates Island. You should try looking there next. Save game as is? Sure. Alright. We've saved the game, so... now, we can go on to Pirates Island. But I think we're gonna save that until the next episode. So I'm gonna see you guys later. This is Tales from August signing out, and... Hold on, what? Wait, what day is this?